Hey Henry, man, what's going on today?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm still doing good. Still doing good. Podcast is growing. We're on our next episode. We're going to be introducing Puneet Deol today.
Do it. Let's do it.
She's a phenom in the local women's basketball, and we're excited to have her on the show.
Yep.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. We're really excited that you're here. So tell me, Puneet, tell me just generally about you. Like, where were you born? Where are you from? What school do you go to currently?
So I'm born from Surrey, BC, and I currently go to Johnson Heights. I'm in grade 10. Um, and yeah, my school is an IB school, so education's a really big thing. I have two older sisters and one younger brother, and we're a very close, tight-knitted family.
So Johnson
Like,
Heights is an Ivy school?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I
Clinton's a
grew up
huge
in I
thing.
grew up in I grew up in Richmond, so I was a Steveston High School guy.
Oh.
So that's pretty cool. So what is again, like I we live in Surrey, both Henry and I. So what does Ivy school mean for Surrey?
Well, we're, I believe, the only school that's an IB school, so it's huge. But I think education wise, it's very competitive and it really pushes me in other ways and aspects, not just in basketball, but in the classroom as well. And I'm really able to create great relationships with my classmates. And I really love the IB program because it pushes me and it enforces me to focus not just on basketball, but also in school. And I think that's really important because at the end of the day, education is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Like one of the things that we would probably have asked you later on, but because you're in Ivy school and you're bringing it up, one of the things that I know about when you're trying to advance through the world of sport is one of the things that coaches will look at is your education.
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
It's like
So
one of the
you
first things that they always ask is about your grades. And I know that, especially as my dad being a teacher, like he's always enforcing that your grades must be on top of your schoolwork. So,
excellent. So we'll come back to the school in a little bit. So I just want to kind of go back a little bit. So born and raised in Surrey, British Columbia,
mhm.
going to education your entire life in Surrey. When did you start getting into sport? And what sport did you start getting into?
Growing up, my sisters and I, we kind of just played every sport, and I think I kind of just fell in love with basketball. And then from there, I started playing club, and then I think my passion with it just grew. And I was about 8 when I started playing club basketball, and I
Was that
have
with
really
athlete?
liked. Sorry?
Was that with athlete?
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
playing with athletes since I was 8, and I haven't
Wow.
left. I really love the coaching staff there and my teammates. It's just amazing.
Wow.
What's like your passion for basketball? Like, what motivates you to keep playing? Like, is there someone in your life that whenever you think of them, like you just want to keep going?
I think for me, it's not really a specific person. I think it's more that I represent a community. Being a minority in this sport, it's huge. There's not too many other girls out there playing sports that are Punjabi, so it's like a huge thing knowing that I'm representing a huge community behind me. And honestly, I love what I do. So it just, I have lots of people that have my support and my back, so that helps me a lot.
When you first started saying, so grade eight, when you started joining the club programs, when did you start noticing that you were good at basketball? That it was something that you really enjoyed and you thought you could do well at?
Um, I would say at a young age, really, I think I started playing basketball at when I was 8, but I really started to pick it up when I was like in grade 6, maybe. And me and my dad would start doing extra workouts after games. We would go to the track, and then I realized like I can really make something out of this, and especially I enjoy what I do. So just and I started to get a head start and really get extra training sessions in with my dad, and I think it really paid off. And on the court, I could tell that I was getting faster and stronger. And then from there, I realized just like I enjoy putting in this extra time, and it's really paying off. And I realized the sky's the limit from there.
Were your dad was a basketball player as well?
Um, no, my dad kind of just plays a lot of sports. He did cross country and hockey growing up, but he really enjoys, I think me and my dad have a very special bond together. We can really just go and play football together outside or do whatever we want outside. And I think that's something that me and my dad have that's very special that not very many other kids have. And I think that also encourages me to keep playing basketball. Just having my dad there as my support, it helps me out a lot. He's always there, takes me shooting every single morning, and he's always there to help me. And I think that means a lot to me.
Yeah, it's great when you have that extra. I mean, there's one thing to have the want to try to get to that next level, but when you have someone supporting you and help pushing you,
Yeah,
making sure you're doing the training the right way and all that, that's huge. So that's great for you and your
definitely.
dad.
Yeah.
I think
So before Henry asks you that question, sorry. So can I ask you? You're grade 10 right now. How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1". So a lot of the
Mhm.
the highlights of stuff that I've seen of you anyway, you seem to be play everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's important to be a very dynamic player and be able to help your coach out wherever they need on the floor. So if I have a shorter defender on me, I might post them up. But if I have a taller defender, usually they're slower. So really being able to beat them off the dribble. But I think being able to play every single position helps your coaches out, but it also helps you out tremendously. Like I know it helps me stay on the floor as long as I can. Like I can help my teammates out if they need a break. I can go help and play in the post area. But I think just learning how to play in every single position, it doesn't hurt. It always helps you out. So just being able to get the skill from every single position, posting up and shooting threes, I think that has helped me out a lot.
Now, that actually brings me to my next question. I'm happy you mentioned that. I'm actually glad that you're doing that. Like now it's like in every single level of basketball, when we're talking Pac West, U Sport, and the NCAA and the NGCCA, coaches are expecting you to like if you've got a 6'11" guy and there happens to be you're on a switch, you got to guard him no matter what. You can't
Yeah.
just say I can't guard. We had I had an incident last week where, funny enough, I had to deal with an athlete in game where he said I couldn't guard. And when you play basketball, and I see it now from a coach's perspective, when coaches say you can do it, there's nothing like you can't do something, right? It's like you have to take on that challenge. There's new
Yeah.
challenges. Okay, so I think my next question I want to ask you, playing international ball and playing circuit in the States, what is the difference and what are some challenges that you faced?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a huge difference between basketball here in Canada compared to down south. I
Yeah.
think the intensity level is huge. Here I feel like they call it tic tac fouls, like a little touch foul, and they'll call it. But in the States, they let you play a lot more, and I honestly prefer that because I feel like I like to play a little aggressive. And then when it's high school season here, I forget that you can't really have your hands on them when you're playing defense. But I think the biggest thing is probably intensity and speed. And then also in the States, I noticed this like during film review, especially, I noticed that in the States, it's a lot more like one on one, kind of like you need to have more skill. But in Canada, I feel like it's more you have an offense to go through and it's more team basketball, especially watching our international basketball and Team Canada play. I feel like the States, they have a lot more individually skilled players and they can really beat players off one on one. But in Canada, we choose to play more of like a offense based and more like we have plays. And I feel like because we lack a little more skill than in the States and they're a lot more intense and quick. So I feel like that's probably the biggest difference is their athleticism and speed and intensity.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. I know, I was watching a podcast recently with Kyle Julius, and he was talking about even the difference between Western basketball in Canada and Eastern Canada basketball,
Yeah.
where he was saying like in the East, guys and women when they're playing basketball, they just go for the jugular. They want to keep going and they never let up. Where it seems out here, especially in BC, lower than where we play, I'd say probably 90% of the teams, when they get up 15, 20, they kind of relax a little bit instead of
Yeah.
just go, go, go and just complete the game.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like in the States, if you're down 15, the other team won't stop. They'll keep on going and they'll continue that press full court. But here in Canada, if you're up 20, I mean, they stop pressing. So there's a huge
Yeah.
difference when it
And
comes
then
to
all of a
defense.
sudden it's a 5 point game.
Yeah.
So you
Right on.
taking that mentality, have you been able to implement that with your Johnson Heights team and tell them, maybe a lot of people they don't get it. Me moving here, Tom would know this. I moved to BC from Calgary, but I'm from Toronto. So when Kyle Julius was talking about that, I even had a little discussion with him yesterday when we were at Bandits camp about like the difference between like, basketball down in Ontario and basketball here in BC. And it's really different, right? Like um, a lot of people tease me whenever I say, "Oh, I'm from Toronto." They'd be like, "Oh, you're basically from the States," and I'm like, "Oh, you can say that because the basketball is a lot aggressive. The guys are bigger there. I don't even know what they're feeding guys down here. Like they're really small, but they can shoot down here. So, like, with your mentality, have you been able to help your team see that we got to keep fighting, we got to keep pushing? It don't matter if we're up 60, we got to keep killing it."
I mean, definitely. And especially my dad is actually my high school coach. So I think he's also been down to the States. And during nationals, we put against Ontario. And that's something else we noticed. Like, they were up, like, I think 10 by halftime. And they kept their press and they kept their intensity up. And I think my dad seeing that and me seeing that, we're really able to enforce
Right.
that into our team practice and just let people, like, and really let them know that the game isn't over until the time's up. And it doesn't matter what the score is, you have to keep playing the same as you started with the game and how you end at the game. So I think having my dad there to tell him that, but also I'm really able to enforce that because during practice, I really take pride in being a good leader. And I have a lot of experience when it comes down to playing in the South. So I think as a team, we all are really able to enforce that into our practice and be very intense. So I think that's something that we definitely have edge over other girls in BC. They don't really have the experience that some of my teammates do playing down south.
Henry, I think we need Puneet on our team to bring that mentality and
I
and
was
that
about to say
leadership.
the same thing. We might need to give you like a new spot. You want to play on Sailor Secondary Senior Ball?
So let's go back a little bit. So you've traveled quite a bit in different
Mhm.
areas of probably North America for basketball,
Usually just in the States, but yeah.
just in the States, and then in Canada when you're playing on like the BC national team and stuff, right? Or the
Yeah.
BC team. So if you could take a step and go, forget the basketball part of it. Those places that you've traveled for basketball, what's kind of what's your favorite places that you've been?
Definitely California.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I mean, the weather's perfect and it's so clean. I love it there.
So when you're traveling with your teams down there, you're probably not. Are you extending the time a little bit and going on vacation, or are you just kind of going down on a Thursday, coming back on a Sunday or Monday? Not getting it.
Um,
Not, you enjoy the weather a little bit, but not the beaches and all the rest of it.
During the summer, I get to enjoy the beaches, and I usually extend my trip sometimes every now and then by like a couple of days. But during school, I have to come back because I can't miss too much school. But that's why I love the summer, especially going down to California during the summer. It's so nice and the beaches are beautiful. But as of right now, whenever we travel, I have to come back right away, unfortunately.
Yeah. So speaking of travel, you've done a couple, and we can edit this part out if you're not allowed to talk about it. But I've seen it on your Instagram. You've done a few unofficial visits.
Yeah, I have been to a couple of unofficial visits. Yes, I've been to
Yeah.
each
So the
state.
ones the ones that I saw on your Instagram. So you went to Cal State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, TCU,
Yeah.
Baylor,
Mm-hmm.
SMU, and OU. That Oklahoma University.
Yeah, and then also Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky. Okay, I've been to Kentucky before, not to the university, but it's a nice place there also.
Yeah.
Because so the official visits, those could probably start in, when can those start for you?
That starts, I think June 1st of my sophomore year, I can start going, but I only get 5 official visits.
Oh, is that all you get?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So these unofficial ones help as well. Well, that's good. How were those visits? Like just generally, what happens on those visits? Do they just kind of give you a quick little tour, or is it because it's unofficial? Or
It kind of varies from each school and how much time I have at the schools, but usually they give me a campus tour. I get to meet the players, watch a practice, and sometimes you get to try on the jerseys and take a little photo shoot. have a one-on-one conversation with the head coach and get to know a little bit more about their program. That's usually about it. Sometimes they consist to like 3 hours and sometimes they're like 6 hours. It kind of varies what school and how much time you have.
Did you say you got to watch a practice or
Yeah,
a few practices? So what is that like compared when you watch their practice compared to where either your BC practices or your school practices?
I think, okay, of course, strength and speed is noticeably different, but I think
Yeah.
a little detail that I noticed, but can make a huge difference is their communication. They kind of talk on every little aspect, whether it's like
Yeah.
rotating or what line to go to, like every little thing. And details are very important. They don't waste much time. They're very much move from one thing to another thing, and their coach is very high demanding, and she gets pretty mad when they mess up. She makes them run a lot usually. But I think the biggest thing for me is communication. All teams, they communicate a lot, and that's something I feel like comes with age as well. I feel like
Mhm.
as a young athlete, not many people know the importance of communication, but I'm fortunate enough to go on these visits and see how much of a big difference it makes. So, yeah.
So similar to when I'm helping out with the bandits, I bring it back to team. You learn that kind of stuff, and they say, "Hey, what did you learn from your trips?" And communication is massive. Absolutely. Yeah. So the provincial teams. How many provincial teams have you played on?
I played on the provincial team 2 times. I played last year and I played this year.
Okay. And will there be
What's
another opportunity for you this year coming up?
Sorry, you cut out.
Will there be another opportunity for you this year coming up?
I'm not too sure, but I think this year I would try out for the U17 provincial team. Yeah, and then next year as well, U17.
And outside of basketball, what do you like to do outside of basketball? There's got to be something that you're doing that you're not training and always practicing or playing.
I would have to say hanging out with my friends and movie nights. That's probably one of my favorite things. And then also me and my sisters, we love going on car drives together. They just got their license. And
Oh,
I love trying new food places.
what's your favorite kind of food?
Yesterday we went to Din Tai Fung. It was really good.
How many
so
sisters do you have? You say your sisters just got your license.
I have two older sisters. One's 17, the other one's 20.
Okay.
The one that's 17 just got her license.
I know I was gonna say something. Oh, okay. Let's talk about school. What's your favorite subject in school right now?
Oh, okay. I know this is like not many people are gonna agree with me on this, but it's math. That one's definitely my favorite. My dad's a math teacher, so I mean, he kind of makes math a lot easier. But I feel like also my class and my teacher just makes math so much more fun this year. I've really been enjoying it.
So, besides basketball, then, is there a field in like mathematics that you would take into?
I haven't really thought about that. I think if I wasn't to go into basketball, then I'd want to go into maybe business. I feel like that's something that I would enjoy, especially my sisters are actually doing business, so I feel like it runs through the family.
Homework's already done.
Sorry?
Homework's already done.
Homework already done.
So you were saying, so you kind of like hanging out movie nights. What kind of movies do you like to watch? Everything? Scary movies, funny movies, romantic movies?
Mm. I hate scary movies. I can't do scary movies. I kind of watch everything except scary movies.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of open to everything though.
Yeah. What's the plan for the rest of the day like today?
Today is actually my rest day, Sundays, but I'm gonna get in the gym with my trainer and we're gonna do like a like a full body workout almost, and then I'm gonna go probably on a run, and then me and my dad are gonna do some shooting in the backyard. Not too much to do on Sundays. They're my rest days, and Christmas is coming up, so but yeah, today's
Your rest day is shooting, going for a run, and going
That's
for a workout.
okay, they're like it's like a short run. It's not too long, so it's not too bad.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like what you're saying is what they kind of get some of the pro guys to do as well. Your rest day isn't just sitting on the couch, right?
Rest if your rest days are sitting on the couch, then like that's not a rest day. I feel like you need to do something in a day, like to really keep your blood flowing and like can't do
100,
nothing.
100
Yeah,
percent,
100%.
100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like so we talked about this episode and what we do. We don't like to make it long because we know there's other stuff going on. We just want this to be fun and light. Um, so the next kind of segment, the last segment that we do is our 8 second. Unless Henry's got any questions for you.
Man, I think I've answered all my questions. All my questions are done. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to ask you a question before we go into our 8 second quick hitter. If
Hmm.
you and I always ask players that I've been around that have played basketball, if you have one thought that flashes into your head about a basketball memory of you, what would it be?
Hmm.
Good or bad? Like if like for me, I for whatever reason in grade 10 remembered in a playoff game taking a lean away bank shot. I don't know why. It was a high bank, went in, it was perfect. We won the game. It wasn't for a championship, but that's what I remember. Little things like that.
I think for me, it would probably be my first basketball game. I think I had this like nasty block, but they called it a foul because the girl fell on the ground. And I think like that moment, I was like, okay, like that was a tough block, but that was my first game ever. So like, I think that's probably the thing that comes to my head first.
What about you, Henry?
I mean, well, Tom, I think we both know what we're talking about right now. When I played Clayton, and I think I had probably the greatest quarter of all time. I don't remember how much. I think I had 19 in a quarter.
Oh
Straight
wow.
post work.
So
It was amazing.
you have a 10-minute memory. Puneet and I have about a 2 second memory.
You remember? I remember it. It was the greatest game of all time.
It was an unbelievable quarter for sure. What
Wow.
I saw some posts that you've had on your Instagram as well. So you had a 40 point game. Is that your highest point total?
I don't think
That
so. I
that
think
you
my sorry.
so is that the highest one you recall or
I think the highest I've scored high school is 50 points. I'm not too sure though.
no
But I don't really remember.
no no? I
That's
mean
even
half
good.
this
Sorry?
that's pretty. What's that, Henry?
I mean, that's good that you don't remember. Then you keep doing that. You keep averaging 50. Then
Yeah. How's senior basketball been for you so far this year? Because you're grade 10 playing up.
Honestly, I've really been enjoying it. I mean, I've been getting a lot of bruises for sure, but last year we actually played senior, just like for a little bit of the season, but we competed like in playoffs for junior. But I really enjoy playing senior, and the competition's a lot tougher, of course. And it's in junior, it was like most games would either be blowouts and then a couple of tight games. But I like how in senior we have a lot more tight games, so it's really preparing us for when playoffs come down the season.
Okay. All right. Okay, you ready now? 8 second quick hitters.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay. I already asked the first. Henry already asked the first question about your favorite subject. So I'm going to start off. Your second favorite subject at school.
Uh, English.
Favorite sport other than basketball.
Football.
Okay. Best TV show. Your favorite TV show to watch.
Stranger Things.
Go to meal. Pre-game meal. Anything that you like to have over and over again.
Skittles? I don't know if that counts.
Okay. Hey, it's food. Your dream job, if not being a professional basketball player.
Um, Somebody just sports analytics.
Okay. Favorite superhero.
Spider-Man.
Favorite place you've ever played basketball.
Mm, Probably the. Let's just go LEC.
Okay, it's a nice place. Okay, last question. GOAT. Jordan, LeBron, or Clark?
Clark.
Clark. All right.
I
That's the first
had to
non-Jordan
go with
answer.
Clark.
Well, Puneet, really, really thrilled that you helped us out on our podcast.
Yes, of
Henry and I
course.
Henry and I are excited to see where we could take this thing and see what we can
sure.
do for you and the other athletes that are on the show. I just thank you so much. We're excited to see where you go, where you end up at university come June or July or August, or maybe the following year when you decide what you're going to do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So till next time, Puneet, we'll see you on the court and we'll see you on the highlights, and
Good
we'll
luck
get
on the
your
rest of the
Instagram,
season.
get your Instagram handle and throw it up so people can start following you and seeing your highlights.
My Instagram's Puneet Deol 23.
Beautiful. We'll make sure that it's highlighted on there and people can take a look and see what you're all about.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay,
See
bye.
Bye bye.